welcome back to my channel. So today I filmed my current foundation routine, which I've been meaning to do for literally months, so I'm finally getting around to it. So it's basically what I do every single time I do my whole entire face, every time I do my makeup. So if I'm going out at night, this is basically what I do. If I'm doing my makeup kind of heavy, or if I'm doing it, you know, for like to take an Instagram photo, this is how I do it. Pretty much like in all my YouTube videos that I've done like kind of recently, this is how I've done my makeup on my face. All the products will be listed in the description bar below. So that's all I have to say. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so first thing I always do before applying any makeup on my face is I always moisturize my skin. This is the one I use here. So this is a light moisturizer because I feel like I have fairly kind of normal to combination skin. It is so important to moisturize your face before applying makeup because this is going to make your makeup last the whole day. It's going to make the foundation and makeup sit nicer on your skin if it's like sitting on moisturized, hydrated skin. Like I don't really ever use a face primer just because I just moisturize my skin before, and I feel like that, you know, acts as enough as a primer and that I don't need to use another one. And my makeup always lasts me the whole entire day, literally 7-8 hours. All I need to do really is kind of just powder my face and that's it. Okay, so then you want to give the moisturizer a couple of minutes, just kind of absorb and sink into the skin. Okay, so the foundation that I use is this one here. It's the Inglot YSM in the color 50. This is a great foundation that works on mainly all skin types. So it's a medium to full coverage foundation and has a semi-matte finish. So it's not 100% matte, it's not 100% dewy, it's kind of in the middle. Also what I love about this foundation is that it's quite light. So you can put a light layer on if you're just like running out the house, like for wearing during the day, or you don't feel like you need much coverage. But then you can also kind of build up the layers if you feel you need more coverage in certain areas, or if you want to, you know, wear this foundation for going out at night time. So that's just compared to, say, a HD foundation, which is just like fully HD. It is really full coverage. You know, you can't put it on and put a light layer on and make it not seem full coverage because it just is full coverage. Now I'm going to take a flat foundation brush like this. Foundation brushes I tend to kind of mix up quite a lot, but for now this is the one I've been using. When putting a foundation on, you want to work in downward strokes. This is because everybody has like little hairs on their face, so like you don't want to be like swirling all over the place. Like the hairs sit down, so you should just, what am I trying to say? Like go with the flow. Put the foundation on in the direction that your hair is growing. Do you get me? Like you want the hairs to sit down on your face. So you should apply your foundation just in downward strokes. And I always blend it down onto the neck as well, because I feel sometimes my tan is never, like my face is never the same color as my neck. Okay, so after my foundation, then I highlight my face. So what I use to highlight my face is this Inglot Under Eye Concealer in the color 96. Why do I have a lisp? Why do I have a lisp? 96. Okay, this brush, right? This is Inglot 4SS. It's a nice fluffy brush. This brush is so good for blending out concealer. I honestly, before I ever used it, I was like, this is a fluffy brush. Like how on earth is gonna blend liquid well? Like that's gonna end in disaster. But it is so, so good for blending concealers. So I would highly, highly recommend this brush. Once you use it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, how was I ever blending my concealer before I use this? Okay, so I kind of do it in like this kind of shape. And then onto the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin, Cupid's bow, and that is usually it, right? And what you're gonna do is just kind of, I just kind of pat, see I'm just patting this, and then kind of blending it. But I'm like mostly patting it, like you don't wanna like blend and smear too much, otherwise like you're just gonna kind of lose, you're gonna kind of lose the pigmentation. Like you don't really want to blend too much so you can't see it. I kind of blend the edges and then pat kind of closer to the top. That makes sense. Once that is done, I take a loose powder and a powder brush and I just kind of set under the eye. And basically, when you're setting under the eye, what I do is I kind of pat the powder. So pat it on rather than like smearing it, because again, you don't want to like move the concealer that you just put on. I only do under the eye because now I'm going to go in and contour, but I don't want under the eye to crease. Okay, so using the same brush, what I use to contour is this Inglot Cream Concealer number 73. So it's that color there, and it is like the perfect color for contouring. So what I usually do is just pop my brush inside, and then I kind of usually just use this to just like dab off the excess. So basically what I do is like suck in my cheekbones, and it's kind of from like the corner of your ear down. Like if you don't know where your cheekbones is, literally feel the bone. The bone is there, okay? So you want to contour just below the bone. So bone is there, so I'm going to be contouring there. So I tend to kind of pat on the color, and then I'm using a very like light hand as well. I'm not really like, you know, going too hard with the brush. I think cream contouring kind of freaks out a lot of people because they're like, cream contouring, like cream, so messy and scary. Yeah, I know, don't worry. I used to be the same, but now I kind of feel like that cream is actually way easier to blend than powder. Like I will be going over this with powder, but just cream is just easier to blend. If you make a mistake, you just get your foundation brush and you can just go back over it, like not a big deal. Like so if you feel like you've gone a bit too harsh, you can take your foundation brush and just kind of blend that out. So if you've never tried cream contouring, I definitely recommend it, because you can kind of just go slow and steady. And then I also do the temples, so like sides of the forehead. So see, it's not that difficult because I don't have a lot on my brush. Like it's easier to just kind of go back in to the product and add a bit more until your contouring is kind of as intense as you want it. You know, it's gonna be easier to do it like bit by bit rather than getting a load of product on your brush and kind of going straight in. And like where you've put your product, you want to kind of blend upwards. Like you don't want to blend like down past here. So you can kind of get your brush again and just okay, so for the moment that's usually as much as I do. Now I'll go back in with my loose powder, and again just kind of pat the powder on rather than like smearing it all over your face. Because these are cream products, like you need to set it with a powder, otherwise it's kind of just going to end up coming off. Okay, so now I go in with my powder products as well. I mean, honestly, you could leave it like this, but I kind of just always go with a bit of powder as well. So the brush I'm using is Inglot 3P brush. This is great for contouring because it's nice and angled, So you can kind of really get in that shape. And I'm using this pressed powder also from Inglot. This color is great. Basically, like, you know, for contouring and stuff, you want to use a cool toned brown. Like that'd be like, you know, a cool toned brown, and that'd be like a warm tone brown. Obviously that's kind of extreme. That's like an orange tone brown. But you get the idea. You kind of want more of the cool tones because you want it to look like a shadow. So take a little bit, tap it off, and then I usually just like place the product. So and then blend. Then I go in with this small little brush here and the same color, and I kind of just go down the bridge of my nose a little bit. Okay, so the blush that I literally use like for years is this one here from L'Oreal. I just think it's just a nice pink, you know? And then just any old brush. And you want to apply that just like on the apples of your cheeks and kind of blend it upwards. The highlight that I've been using lately that I'm obsessed with is this one here from MAC. So it's this gold color. I'm literally obsessed. So again, I'm using that Inglot brush that I've been using. And basically where I apply my highlight is right on the cheekbone. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, like it is so nice. And then I do a little bit down the bridge of the nose as well. And then on the Cupid's bow. Okay, so this is the finished face. So as always, all the products will be listed in the description bar below. If you want to follow me on my Facebook or Instagram or anything, I'll leave the links for them below as well. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned a few things, and if you didn't, then I am doing this wrong. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below, and if you have any suggestions for any other tutorials that you want to see, leave a comment down below as well. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!